dreams can become reality tonight for these little leaguers here at the Softball World Series championship game between Louisiana and North Carolina. We started the week with 10 teams, now just down to 2. These two squads have proven they are the best here in Portland this week. Welcome to Alpenrose. Courtney Lyle alongside two-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith and two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough. And it was 1 week ago today that these two teams met in pool play, and North Carolina's Campbell Shane was a strike away from a perfect game.
Well, she still got the no-no in that game. She was outstanding. In fact, she has been all week long. 40 strikeouts. Why? Because she's got a curveball coming from that left side that runs away from the lefties. She can throw a screwball away from righties. Ability to locate and move pitches through the zone. That's what makes her so strong. Oh, and by the way, she's hitting .556. Not too bad.
Well, this Louisiana team has changed a lot in a week. They've got some big-time hitters.
Yeah, there's been so many special performances here at the World Series. Michelle talked about Campbell Shane in that no-hitter, almost perfect game. But Haley Peterson, the leadoff hitter for Louisiana, hit for the cycle earlier in pool play against Canada. Here's how it went. A home run, a double, a single, and a triple to cap off the cycle. But then she went on, you guys. You're not going to believe this. Cherry on top of the cycle, she hit another home run. And as if this wasn't just an unbelievable World Series for Haley Peterson, she's getting the ball in the championship game as a starting pitcher for Louisiana. She is a true athlete and spark plug.
The stands are packed. The teams are ready to go. Louisiana getting set to face North Carolina in the championship. This championship weather here in Portland at Alpenrose for the Little League Softball World Series final between Louisiana and North Carolina. And before this game, one of the players for Louisiana got a big surprise, Chris Budden.
Courtney, this is such a big sacrifice for these players and these families. The girls playing tonight have been here for more than a week. And for Louisiana, Olivia Bourgeois' dad was not able to be here. He wasn't able to get off work until he saw yesterday his daughter would be playing in the championship game. So he booked a ticket and he's got here with less than an hour before game time. He surprised her coming off the practice field and she had all the emotions. Corey Bourgeois as well told me he's had so much ups and downs today because he didn't even know if he was going to make it on time, but he is here. He is in the stands. She was in tears one moment and then it's go win a championship, Olivia.
What an amazing surprise. She's got to be fired up for this one. Much fun doing it. It's game time now, though. Haley Peterson's got her game face on. We're getting set for this championship game, and it will be Campbell Shane in the circle for North Carolina. She's been fantastic.
Shane, just 2 walks in this entire tournament, the 40 strikeouts. She locates her curveball. She also has a really good changeup. She'll use it when she needs to, and also in any count. Love the fact that her favorite food is steak. Mine as well. Way to go there, Campbell Shane. And of course, we both celebrated National Left-Handers Day.
It's still happening. We're still talking about it.
It's dragging on, ladies.
Michelle talked about that all day yesterday, and even when we were done yesterday. Campbell Shane, you're going to watch her in the circle. She is very composed. Biggest game she's played in here, the Little League Softball World Series. And we've got a great crowd, ladies.
Yeah, they've been here for, what, an hour before game time, 45 minutes before. Want to get that good seat for the Saley action.
Number 18, Haley Peterson.
Even a special infield for the championship. Haley Peterson up first, leading Louisiana, hitting .421. Takes the second pitch to Kinley Dextrace at short. Ray Windell is the manager of this River Ridge, Louisiana Little League team, and they were here last year at the Little League Softball World Series, but they came up short in the semifinals. Not this year.
And going into that semifinal game, they were undefeated. Ended up losing the team that would go on to win it all, Ohio.
Here's Bailey Nelson, the catcher.
But, you know, every team is going to have a different motivation. And for Louisiana, it was to not only make it back here, but to win the entire thing, because they felt like they fell short in last year's run.
The chip on the shoulder that lasts all year long. There's that driving factor.
So there's several of the same players that were on last year's team on this year's team.
Yes, 7 of these players were here last year with River Ridge, Louisiana.
Nice curveball underneath the hands by Campbell Shane. She challenges those lefties away on that corner, righties inside on that corner. Really good natural movement.
And what's been so impressive about her is her command. She just doesn't throw a lot of balls. She works from ahead. In 27 innings pitched here, she's only walked 2 hitters, which is just unbelievable. 40 strikeouts to add to that.
And she gets her first K.
Well, that's the pitch. It's the curveball. It's going to come up underneath the hands. You can see the way that she snaps across her body, and that ball just going to ride inside. So she'll start it on the inside corner, and then it drives in even more. Outstanding location and movement.
Kayla Giardina here. First pitch, a high hopper. Shane trying to throw from the ground. They do give a hit to Kayla Giardina.
It's such an amazing effort there by Campbell Shane, just going all out. Got rid of this pitch, and it's just a bleeder towards the left side. Didn't give her third baseman Cassidy Seckler a chance to field that ball. She probably would have had a better shot of making the out at first base, but just trying to go all out. Hyped up, adrenaline for this championship game, wanting to do everything she can to win.
And now she has Ava Burkett up, the shortstop. All 4 of Ava's hits here in the World Series have been doubles. Had one yesterday in the semifinals.
And you're seeing these right-handed hitters for Louisiana. All 4 of the hitters who've come up in this inning, they're crowding the plate, getting right on top of the plate, trying to take away the outside corner. But Campbell Shane is such a good pitcher that how she's pitching them right now is that she's throwing them inside, working that curveball in on their hands.
Yeah, take a look at how far the left fielder is come over out in the outfield.
Left fielder's over, center field is slightly to the right of second, and then right field is pulled in. Well, the other aspect that makes Campbell Shane so dominating in the circle is her ability to throw a changeup. Now, she doesn't use it if she doesn't really need it, but she can throw that changeup in any count. In fact, her dad calls the pitches. She doesn't always like to call the changeup or throw the changeup. Dad likes to call it, however, so.
That little extra push to throw it, and maybe some counts that she doesn't quite feel as comfortable throwing it in.
Two to Burkett. Ooh, I think that went off her helmet.
That's why a lot of those athletes wear that cage now on their helmet. The sun is tough on that right side of the field as it sets over the third baseline.
Gets it through the 5-6 hole. Back-to-back hits for Louisiana.
Now batting for Team
Nice at bat by Ava Burkett. Just saw a lot of pitches. Finally got one on the inside corner. That was a little sweep. Punches it through that 5-6 hole. Louisiana in business. Trying for a 2-out rally.
Yeah, with Reagan Porshop, who had a monster day yesterday. 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a couple of RBI, and 2 runs scored.
And Louisiana has this little rally with 2 outs. But the thing about Campbell Shane in bracket play is that she's been so good at getting the first 2 hitters out in the innings. 10 of 12 of bracket play innings, she's gotten the first 2 hitters out. So constantly her defense is getting to work with no traffic on the base pass and with 2 out, just being comfortable back behind her.
We'll say it hit her when she was in the box.
See, it comes down, goes off that front foot. That's a nice call by the umpire.
Renee Cruz is behind the plate tonight. All of our umpires volunteers.
Well, Campbell Shane will pile up the strikeouts. Coming into this championship game, she had 40, tack on 2 in the first inning.
Meet the Roco kids. Championship game here at the Little League Softball World Series. And they're going to be facing Haley Peterson in the circle, a different pitcher than we've seen Louisiana use the last 2 days.
Yeah, they have a lot of confidence in Haley Peterson. Kayla Giardina is their ace. Haley Peterson, another athlete, just two-way player who can hit for herself, as we've talked about before. But she's thrown 8 2/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, and only given up 7 hits. And she also pitched a little bit against the team from the southeast of North Carolina. But you ask why? Why are they throwing Haley Peterson? Because of her better changeup. So look for that along with her drop and her drop curve.
It'll be interesting to watch this Louisiana defense too, because with Haley Peterson in the circle, you have 4 players moving around in the field in their defensive positions than we've seen over the last 2 days.
Hitting off the bottom half of the first inning for Team Southeast, number 13.
Lauren Vanderpool steps up to the plate first. She led off in a huge way in the quarterfinals. An inside-the-park home run to start the game against Iowa. Speed, speed, speed. That's a great way to start the championship.
First pitch, going right after it. Look at those eyes, look at the foot down, barrels this up, right back up the middle, aggressive. This North Carolina team can hit the ball very well, and ironically enough, Vanderpool has struggled a little bit, a 160-ish batting average coming in, but you know what? That's what it's all about. First pitch swinging, getting on base.
And even better news, they have their best hitter coming up to the plate in Campbell Shane, hitting .556. Vanderpool going. You see the speed that she has.
She's so fast. In fact, she told us yesterday that she races her brother's baseball team and she beats them all the time because of those wheels. It's around she just scoots around the base pass. Doesn't matter if it's station to station or rounding.
A very high hopper for Campbell Shane. Runners on the corners. All right, Coach, 25 push-ups. We put them on TV. We got a girl a puppy this week. If she got on TV, that happened. Now handing out push-ups. Avril Harrell here. Back-to-back singles to start the game. Campbell Shane moves to scoring position.
Well, it's obvious this North Carolina team is putting the foot on the accelerator and not letting up. 2 base hits, 2 stolen bases. Extremely aggressive.
Yeah, I think the fact that we haven't seen any Haley Peterson changeups yet in 5 or 6 pitches that she's thrown this inning, she needs to bring that out right now, immediately, because these hitters are jumping on her hard stuff early in the count, just trying to not fall behind and let her get 2 strikes and use it.
Gets away from Bailey Nelson. Oh. Runner will go back.
In fact, that was her changeup. It did indeed just get away from Haley Peterson.
So a hit by a pitch loads the bases.
Well, I love the fact that Vanderpool, third's aggressive. She's like, hey, that's going back to the backstop. I'm gonna try and score on this.
You know, Ray Rindell, the coach for Louisiana, told me that before the game that all his pitchers would be on a short lease. That Kayla Giardina would be available if Haley couldn't handle the moment.
This is Sally Moreau, who's the pitching coach for Louisiana. She's out in the circle right now.
Now, the only loss that Louisiana has in this tournament was to North Carolina when they lost 7-1, and that was when Campbell Shane threw that no-hitter.
Vanderpool on third, Shane at second, and Harrell at first with no outs for Riley Haggis.
First baseman Riley Haggis.
Infield pulled in for Louisiana. Anything hard on the ground, gotta come home.
Haggis to the gap. It drops. Here comes Vanderpool. Shane coming in right behind her. And the ball was just rolling in the infield. 2-run score.
Haggis gets a pitch she can handle and just drives this to the outfield, head down, barrels it up. Look at the way that she lets that ball travel deep. I love the fact that she really drives that ball, gets those hands extended, and gets it past Bourgeois in center field. 2 big runs up on the board here early for North Carolina.
And so Louisiana is going to make a pitching change. New pitcher in the circle after North Carolina takes a 2-run lead. They will bring in Kayla Giardina to pitch, and she's had a lot of success this week.
Yeah, Kayla Giardina has looked really good here in Portland. She keeps the ball down. She throws a lot of strikes. She's gained velocity since the last time that she was able to pitch here last year, hitting 58, 59 miles an hour. It was her goal when they lost out of Portland last year. She said to her dad, "Dad, we're going to make it back to the World Series, and I'm going to try to hit 60 miles an hour the next time that I step onto that pitching rubber." And she's gotten close, 58, 59.
She will face Kenley Dextrays first with 2 in scoring position and no outs.
And there she did. She hit 60 with that first pitch. Coming into a big situation this championship game.
And the last time that these two teams faced each other, Kayla Giardina gave up 3 earned runs to North Carolina, the only earned runs that she's given up this entire tournament.
And that's a strong start.
When you come in relief, this is exactly what you want to do to try to put the fires out, locate pitches, and I love the way that Kayla is going to get this pitch on the outside corner, picks up the first big out of this inning. Excellent location.
2 in scoring position for Ashley Yang. Goes with the bunt, looking to squeeze, they get the run in. Oh, and Haggis has to dive back to third. She is safe. And Ashley Yang all the way to second. An RBI for Ashley Yang.
Execution. Ashley Yang has been so clutch down the bottom half of the order for North Carolina, lays it down beautifully. Damari Harris was playing a little bit back down the first base line. She ankles her back to shoot that bunt down that way. And Harrell got such a good jump over at third base, easily scoring.
Well, and how about, again, aggressive on the base pass. Hargis goes to third. When the throw goes to third, Ashley Yang goes to second. So they're taking every little piece that Louisiana is giving.
Well, Steve Yang, the manager for North Carolina, told us, they won it in 2015 and lost in the championship the next 2 years. He said they put too much pressure on themselves. They were playing too tight. They have come out aggressive and pretty loose in this championship game. Giardina, and they get 2 from it. She was quick to toss it to Lesko at third.
Giardina heads up, great mechanics to protect herself, gets the line drive for the first out, presence of mind to double it up, gets out of the jam.
Nothing hurt. It's 3 runs. That's nothing. This is our inning right here. What are we doing this inning? What are we doing? Dominating. What are we doing? Dominating.
Come in the dugout.
That's assistant coach Sally Moreau for Louisiana. And her players told us she is the energy, the one that fires them up every game. You can see it.
Yeah.
And she loosened them up too, because as much as they were like, dominate, then they were also like starting to laugh too a little bit, it was just the first inning. We still have so much time. We're going to dominate, but hey, let's laugh a little bit too.
Yes, absolutely.
We've seen the teams that can play loose and have fun out there have the most success in the bracket portion of this World Series. This is Damari Harris, 5'11" first baseman.
I'll tell you what, the way that North Carolina hit the ball in that first inning was the best that we've seen any team in bracket play hit the ball. I mean, they were squaring it up. The ball was flying off of their bats.
They were on time. They were not fooled by anything.
And what's so difficult now is the fact that Campbell Shane's only given up 1 earned run this entire tournament, and yet here they find themselves down by 3 against a very good pitcher.
Strikeout number 3 for Campbell Shane. North Carolina gets the confidence of having already beat this team this week. A week ago tonight, they no-hit them, a 7-0 win, and they scored 6 runs in the 3rd inning against Louisiana. 7 players had an RBI in that game. Now Louisiana's got to not worry about that, not worry about the 3 runs on the board. and stay loose in the box against Campbell Shane.
Well, when you've seen a pitcher as a hitter that has been successful about you have to relive those at-bats and think, all right, how did she attack me? What pitches do I want to go after? What pitches do I want to lay off of? You've got to go up there with a mindset of knowing what your plan is of attack.
Well, and they've got to feel good, this Louisiana team, too, because they already got 2 hits in the first inning, which is more than they did against Campbell Shane the first time that they faced her. So already as a team, you're thinking, okay, this is better. Progress.
Let's go stays alive.
Look at AB.
Southwest Louisiana really going to have to focus on that outside corner. Fouling off pitches.
Hops over to Haggis. Well, to catch the excitement of the Little League World Series softball tournaments or to find a Little League softball program in your neighborhood, visit littleleaguesoftball.org.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 16.
10 teams started the week here in Portland, Oregon. A lot of them cheering in the stands right now. Just 2 left. We saw Oregon District 4 make it to the semifinals.
What a week it's been here. I mean, just every year that we come here, everything grows, just the passion grows, the excitement. Just so much fun to be a part of.
International teams too. Italy was able to make it to the semifinals this year, had a big upset of Hawaii, who was undefeated. That was on Monday. We saw Canada, Mexico. And the Philippines, of course.
And the Philippines had the sunflowers in the hair, kind of like the Gators.
That's right.
4 strikeouts for Campbell Shane. Monday night, after Italy upset Hawaii, the team from North Carolina thought, you know what, they are so far from home, let's celebrate with them. North Carolina threw Italy a surprise party when they got back to the hotel. They had pizza, cake, balloons, and streamers. They wanted them to know how excited they were for this Italy team, and now Italy is cheering on North Carolina, Chris.
They are. They've all come down here, and I'm here with Carlotta Villa and the rest of the Team Italy. You know, they threw that pizza party for you. Why was it important for you to come out and cheer for them?
Because it was very important for them. They asked us, and we thought that it would be really nice to support them, and like they did for us yesterday, even though we lost.
I see all these shirts. They say "Be an Original," which is the Rowan Little League motto. How did you guys get these shirts?
This morning we went to their floor and
Now
we traded some T-shirts,
number 16,
and
Cadence
then they
Lane.
lended us these ones to show that we were rooting for them.
What do you love about that team, the North Carolina team?
They're just like, they play together, and they're really a nice team, and nice and funny.
Okay, here's what I've loved. Carlotta's the only one that speaks English, so they've all learned the English cheers, but we thought it would be fun for them to lead us in an Italian cheer. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and you guys lead the cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's awesome. That That is awesome.
How cool is it to get to come here, play some great softball, and meet people and meet friends from all over the world? There's a lot of chances for these players to interact. They have barbecue for all the teams where they can meet each other. There's a team room back at the hotel where all the teams are staying that they can interact. And North Carolina and Italy just hit it off.
Yeah, and they're going to be connected forever now, especially with the way that social media is now with Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok. You know, whatever that is, we'll figure it out at some point. I
have to Google that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Google for me.
But those pictures will last forever, and the pins that they trade will last forever as well.
And it's genuine, you know, that's what I love about it, is that you can just see that they're into following each other and supporting each other. It's just incredible. The atmosphere here, it's like Williamsport. You know, you see all those kids just having a good time. That's really what it's all about.
And the way that Carlota speaks English is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, her mom is from Chicago. Grew up speaking English and Italian. Kennedy Fisher is getting set to see the 8th pitch of this at-bat coming from Kayla Giardina.
What a good take by Kennedy Fisher, the 9-hole. 3-2 count. That pitch had good drop ball movement to it. Started at the knees, but she trusted her eyes, saw the spin, knew that it was going to continue to work its way down.
Southeast, number 14, second baseman Lauren Vanderpool.
I think Kennedy Fisher told us that she has some serious wheels. I think that's what she said in her intro.
She did, yeah.
She's just 11 years old, guys, too. And she's made some great plays. Watch her in center field. I mean, she is fantastic for North Carolina. Threw a runner out at home from center field. Top of the order with Lauren Vanderpool. There goes Fisher with her wheels. The throw's going to be off, out to center. Third stolen base for Fisher.
Fisher with a good jump, making sure that ball is released. Really good running form. She's got those arms pumping them, goes into the bag. I love the fact the bag comes off and she steps over and steps on the bag.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, like.
She's an athlete. She plays basketball and she also plays tennis.
I remember being a young player and the base would pop up and I'd be like, wait, wherever it is, like, do I need to go step on it?
It's perplexing.
Vanderpool gets jammed. But Fisher able to bump over to third.
Now batting for Team Southeast, number 40, the pitcher, Campbell Shane.
Campbell Shane had a single and a run scored in the first. It gets away from Bailey Nelson. Kennedy Fisher scores on the wild pitch.
Good job.
Great reacts. Second that ball was past the catcher, she was breaking.
It's just so important in this moment for Louisiana. They've got to stay together as a team. The intensity that they came into this game with is the intensity still that they should feel with 2 outs, down by 4 runs, bottom of the second. mean, now is when you really come together as a team, and you just have to believe that you can chip away at this lead and not let North Carolina score anymore right now.
Count runs full to Campbell Shane. Gets her on the inside pitch for strikeout number 2 for Kayla Giardina. North Carolina up by 4.
And that's it.
It allows you to lose yourself in a dream. To feel and remember a season of life when summer lasted forever.
Have fun playing baseball. It's never going to be any better than this.
The Little League Baseball World Series starts up tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can see all the games on our ESPN family of networks. This is our championship game at the Little League Softball World Series. Courtney Lau, Amanda Scarborough, Michelle Smith with you. The team from North Carolina is up 4-0 on Louisiana. And Olivia Bourgeois coming up to the plate, the number 9 hitter. She will lead off for Louisiana. She's the one that got a big surprise before the game. Her dad flew in at the last minute. There's Corey. He was able to make it just in time for this championship.
This team has put some good swings on Campbell Shane. Again, you have to remember how long this game is and continue to build off of those swings and these ABs that they're having already against her.
Well, right now, that's exactly what they need to do. Swing it, strikes early in the count, pitches outside the zone, let him go. Tough when you get behind on a pitcher like Campbell, so I love this. They're aggressive, they're coming out, they're swinging at the strike early, laying off the pitch outside of the zone. Good recipe to get back in the game.
Two to Bourgeois. Just in foul territory.
Now that wall down the right field line is tricky because it comes at an angle. So as a right fielder, it kind of feels like you're going to run into that wall as you drift towards foul territory. But Dad hoping, willing it, trying to do everything he can from his seat.
Corey had some flight delays, so he literally got here like an hour before the game.
And this is a great, he's seeing his daughter with a great at-bat. That's a changeup that she doesn't swing through. She gets rid of it. Great adjustment.
This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Full count.
And Louisiana's seen a good amount of pitches from Campbell Shane, too. Not even through the 3rd inning, she's thrown 43 pitches with this long at bat from Bourgeois.
And it'll continue.
If you're in the Louisiana dugout, this has to fire you up. It just has to. You're in the championship game. Your 9-hole is giving you the best at bat that you've had this entire game. Let's go.
Ball 4. Great at bat from Olivia Bourgeois.
Checks on the changeup, earns herself a walk.
Just the 3rd walk by Campbell Shane in the World Series. Flip stops the order for Haley Peterson.
I love that Campbell Shane just owned that inside corner. Haley Peterson is right on top of the plate, and she is not scared to go inside. Now she backs off a little bit off of the plate.
Six RBI, 8 hits this week for Peterson. Just barely for Peterson. She's on. Hit number 9.
Peterson's going to get a pitch up and in, and she just stays through the pitch. You can see the way she's watching it. Please drop, and gets that right down on the foul line. Louisiana cooking here in the top of the 3rd inning.
2 on for Bailey Nelson with no outs.
And they put Bailey Nelson in that 2 spot because of the way that she can lay down a bunt. They love her in that spot because of the way that she moves runners.
Campbell Shane was diving for it, and Emery Klein landed on her. It knocked the ball out. She had it in her glove.
But what an effort. Campbell Shane coming out of her pitching motion, and look at the way she's going to lay out here, puts it in the glove, and then that collision, a ball pops out. But I love the flag too. That Lane, the 3rd baseman, is going to pick up the ball, throw over to Dextrace. Unfortunately, that ball then pops out, but really good effort by North Carolina.
This is Josh Shane out to the circle, the pitching coach for North Carolina.
And when Emery Klein came out from her squat back behind home plate, she falls on that bat. You can see this, the bat slips underneath her left foot, which causes her to fall for that ball too. Maybe she would have dove anyway, maybe not, but that bat slipping under her foot for sure made her dive into her pitcher, Campbell Shane.
Kayla Giardina represents the tying run at the plate.
And you can tell that Louisiana has a little bit of luck this inning. In a championship game, you have to have a little bit of luck on your side. They had Haley Peterson's ball just fall down the left field line, and then that little bit of luck there too from the North Carolina defense. A great eye.
Bourgeois at 3rd, Peterson at 2nd, and Nelson at 1st right now for Kayla Giardina. Runners coming, Vanderpool tosses it over. A run will score.
Louisiana put the ball in play, but my focus in this play just goes to Lauren Vanderpool and just finding a way to get it out. This ball was spinning like crazy. She sticks with it. She doesn't even look at that runner who's going from 3rd base home. She knows I've got to get an out right here, and she tosses it to 1.
And right now, Campbell Shane's pitches are a little bit elevated. She needs to try to make an adjustment, get those down at the knees.
It's a high pitch. Peterson will hold.
It's been a long week for Campbell Shane. She's thrown a lot of pitches at this Little League World Series.
It's not uncommon in Little League to see a team ride one pitcher all the way through this tournament. Hops into the glove of Sickler. And they get Peterson at the plate.
Now this ball is a shot. Hit it. Cadence Lane, who just entered the game at third base. She tosses it to Emma Ray Klein, her catcher, who has to get Peterson out on the tag, and does indeed do that.
For Team Southwest, number 17, Reagan Porsche.
That ball was hit really hard. What a play by Cadence Lane to be able to step up and make a play on defense when your team needs you the most.
Yeah, and go after the lead runner, cut down another run from trying to score.
This is Reagan Porsche. Ava Burkett to second. Two in scoring position. Reagan Porsche is one of 3 players on this Louisiana team with 6 RBI for the tournament.
And the best thing too about this inning for Louisiana is that they put the ball in play. They haven't struck out. In the first 2 innings, Campbell Shane had 2 strikeouts in each of those innings. They're seeing the ball really well, and all started with Olivia Bourgeois, the 9-hole, with that at AB.
On his second time through the order, so they know this is second game seeing Campbell Shane, second time through the order, making those adjustments.
Shane will get Reagan Porsche. That's huge, just 1 run allowed.
Campbell Shane going upstairs, gets this big strikeout, 5th of the game. North Carolina picking up the bats with a 3-run lead.
To 2015, Rowan County, North Carolina was here at the Little League Softball World Series. They defeated Rhode Island for the 2015 title. They scored all 4 of their runs in the very first inning and held on to their lead off of the strength of their pitching of Callie Morton. And this Rowan Little League team is back here in 2019. Trying to bring home a second title to North Carolina and a second to Rowan Little League. The Southeast is who they represent. Second most titles when you match them up by region. The Southwest, who they're playing, has the most titles here at the Little League World Series with 15. Ashley Yang's older sister Ellen is in the stands. She was on that 2015 Little League team. Her dad was the coach, and now he's the manager of this team. But last year, these girls, they felt what it's like to be come up short of Portland because they lost in the regional championship game to Tennessee. It was a huge upset, and they've remembered that feeling for a year.
Well, it was one of the first things that they said when we talked with them earlier in the week, that bitter taste of losing last year, not getting here to Portland in the Little League World Series was that motivating factor. In fact, both of these teams talked about it. Losses last year propelling them to this game.
Well, and they had 5 of the girls back from that team to this year's team with Campbell Shane and Ashley Yang, Coach Yang's daughter, Lauren Vanderpool, Lexi Ritchie, and then Emma Ray Klein. But Coach Yang actually felt like the 2018 team was the best team that they had had in all those years, the most athletic team.
Arabelle Schulenberger grounds out to second. Once again this year, we've got a special Sunday night baseball game for you this week. It's the MLB Little League Classic from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, between the Cubs and the Pirates at historic Bowman Field. Our coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown on ESPN and the ESPN app. This is Riley Haggis. She had an RBI double in the first inning. when North Carolina scored 3 runs to start the game. It's in foul territory, just over the fence.
Yeah, earlier we were talking about Kayla Giardina and her ability, or excuse me, how hard that she worked to be able to gain velocity coming into this year. And we asked her, what'd you do? And she said different drills for leg drive and arm speed, like walkthroughs, and oftentimes working with Coach Moreau, Sally Moreau, who we showed earlier. It's a big deal, though, to gain that velocity, and better yet, just to have a goal in your mind of what you want to accomplish.
Ava Burkett all over it.
Ava Burkett has a cannon for arm. I mean, she has literally one of the best arms in this Little League World Series. Anything that she gets to up the middle or in the 5-6 hole, she will gun that ball over to first.
Well, and she told us too, remember, she used to play first base.
Yeah.
Ended up breaking a bone in her arm, I think, with a collision at first base, and she said, no more first base. I'm moving over to the left side of the field.
Well, that arm is kind of a waste at first base.
That's so true.
Put it somewhere where you got to have a long throw.
Yeah.
Put her on the left side of the field.
She played shortstop on this Louisiana team that was here last year, too. Andy Evans coming in to pinch hit. We do have minimum mandatory play, so everybody gets to come out and have at least an at-bat. So you're going to see a lot of substitutions start right about now here in the 3rd inning.
Mandatory play, I think, is one of the best rules in Little League baseball and softball. These young athletes, they sign up to play. They don't sign up to sit on the bench, and I love the fact that they all get to contribute.
And it's just such a good reminder that every single person on a team has a role.
Yes.
That contributes to the ultimate team goal and success.
Third strikeout for Kayla Giardina, and they've retired 5 straight. Top of the 4th, and it's a 4-1 lead for this North Carolina team here in the championship game of the Little League Softball World Series at beautiful Alpenrose Stadium just outside of Portland. We got a pinch hitter for Louisiana. Ava Palumbo will come in to pitch hit. Louisiana brought a run across in the 3rd inning. They've been trying to play catch up after North Carolina came out aggressive. 3 runs scored in the very 1st inning for North Carolina. They added another in the 2nd. Campbell Shane quickly ahead, 0-2. She's got 5 strikeouts already.
I remember yesterday we asked Campbell Shane why she started pitching. So she said, I wanted to try something new, and also I was left-handed, so everybody wanted me to try it. And she's like, you know how that goes.
I absolutely know how that goes, because that's how I started pitching too. Tall, left-handed, left-handed, left-handed. Let's see if we can teach her to pitch.
And that's how it was for last year's championship pitcher, too, and Andy Jo Howard for Ohio. She was left-handed. Dad just put the ball in her left hand. Or no, she was right-handed. I think they put the ball in her left hand, said, you're going to be left-handed. And left-handed she was and ended up winning the World Series championship.
I think there's a theme.
I do, too. Oklahoma contributes to that, too,
yes,
with all the lefties that Oklahoma has.
The lefty love.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 38, Libby Duthu.
This is Libby Duthu. Pinch hitting. Looking for her first hit of the Little League Softball World Series. Louisiana just one loss in pool play. They beat Mexico in the quarterfinals 1-0 on Monday, and then yesterday they beat Italy 9-1 in the semifinals.
Good eye by Duthu to come in and draw a 4-pitch walk.
Second walk by Shane. Well, after our game, stick around for Sports Center with Kenny Mayne and Michael Eaves. They'll have the latest on the NL wildcard race, plus what Carson Wentz changed to get back to the top of his game. And on Magic's 60th birthday, his best moments in 60 seconds. Sports Center next, right here on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Now batting for Team Southwest.
I'd say we have some Sports Center top 10 moments this week. Haley Peterson of Louisiana hit for the cycle. We've seen some great defense yesterday, especially in the semifinals.
That double play turn by Giardina, too, with that line drive hit right back at her. That's got to be a candidate, right?
Absolutely.
Here's Maddie Branch. Number 7 for Campbell Shane.
And Campbell Shane loves to use this screwball to right-handed hitters. It's a pitch that moves away from that right-handed hitter on the outside corner. One of her go-tos.
And another pinch hitter for Southwest, Claire Murphy. Hitting in the 9 spot.
Southwest, number 8, Claire Murphy.
Got her first and only hit on Sunday in their last game of pool play against Italy. No team from the state of Louisiana has ever won the Little League Softball World Series. River Ridge would like to change that.
And their baseball team is in the Little League Baseball World Series, too. So that Little League just, I'm sure,
getting it done.
So happy, thrilled.
That town's excited right now. And Lauren Vanderbilt takes care of out number 3. North Carolina on top 4-1. To any time in the bottom of the first inning, Lauren Vanderpool started the game off with a single. They had 2 singles to start, and then Riley Haggis, a 2 RBI double. A big start, but they weren't done. Ashley Yang with a great squeeze play, and another run came across. 3 runs in that first inning for North Carolina. They lead it 4-1, and manager Steve Yang should be pretty happy about that.
All right, girls. Hey, we're 6 outs away. 6 outs away. The 3-run lead is not enough. All right. It's not enough. We need to manufacture a couple more runs. Hey, those last few batters, Arabelle had a great at bat. You had a great at bat. You squared it up and know you can hit these girls, all right? Let's go.
Got to finish the job. Any insurance they can get will help. This is Lexi Ritchie. Part of the Lex and Dex bead bracelet duo. They are expert makers of bead bracelets, even have their own Instagram account.
They've got a catchy name. Worked out really well.
Impressive.
I love what Lexi said in her intro when we did lineup. She said, "I'm shorter than your 5-year-old."
She's got a tough strike zone.
Through the bag, through the bag, through the bag.
Giardina's got it.
Giardina's done a nice job of coming into this game after that first inning, or well, she came into the first inning, but after that first inning, the defense and Giardina has been able to settle down. Gave up that other run in the bottom of the second, but just a manufactured run by North Carolina.
Well, sometimes it's just being familiar with who's in the circle, being familiar with your defensive positions, and you talked about it earlier. There's 5 different players that were out of position when Peterson was in the circle. So at times it can be a little uncomfortable, and it's all those little things. And remember, the season's not all that long where they have, 40 or 50 games to get used to different pitchers being in the circle. Peterson's been one of the best second basemen in this entire tournament.
She's had some really nice composed plays.
Yeah.
And we've seen Giardina before because she was on the team last year pitching on the same field, on that same pitching rubber, so she has the experience that she got last year, as several of the players, including Haley Peterson, do.
Emma Klein with a 2-2 count.
Guys, I talked to Emery's dad, Steve, before the game, and he was so nervous. He's not been able to sleep since 4 a.m. this morning. So you think about how nervous these players are. These parents are on the edge of their seats, not being able to sleep last night.
If you're a parent, you don't have any control.
And it's a long day.
Hops out of Giardina's glove. Not a problem.
As the start time was so late, you got to think that the day felt like it was forever long for these players and the parents.
A lot of time to sit around the hotel or do some things with your teammates and think. And it's always important to try to stay busy so you don't spend too much time thinking about the game coming up and winding yourself into a knot.
Maybe hit up the players' lounge with the braid bar.
That's right.
You're really getting after that braid bar, Amanda.
I think it's a great idea.
That's why you see there were a lot of the girls that had their hair braided, especially yesterday.
And I thought that they looked phenomenal. Whoever was working the braid bar was top notch.
They had ribbons in the braids.
Oh, yeah.
Very elaborate. Only at the Little League Softball World Series. And as we were told, only for players.
Only.
That's right. Well, I love the fact that they have a similar sort of setup in Williamsport for the boys. They actually have dorms where the boys stay. And so Adidas said that, hey, you know what? We have this for the boys. We need to make something like this for the girls. And that's exactly what they did. So Steve Keener was super excited about it. He's the CEO of Little League. When I spoke with him last week at Seattle at the upper division Little League, he was super excited that someone had stepped forward and said, hey, we need to make sure that the girls are getting this special treatment too. And obviously they've loved it.
another example of how this event, this sport is growing. I mean, you look left, it's growing. You look right, it's growing. And two, I think this is the best pitching top to bottom that we've seen in a very long time, if not ever.
Yeah, our 4 quarterfinal games were outstanding on Monday.
Yes.
Competitive.
We had an upset. We had shutouts. All kinds of excitement. Inside the park home runs. Cassidy Seckler will take her base. Second walk by Giardina.
A nice at bat by Seckler to battle.
Now batting for Team Southeast, number 22, Carmen Freeze.
So here comes Carmen Freeze. And we saw her have to come in and pitch because this North Carolina team went to extra innings yesterday. And if a pitcher in Little League softball pitches 7 innings or more, they can't pitch the next day.
Yeah, she was clutch coming in a pressure situation, ended up winning the game 3-2 in 8 innings.
And got the win.
Yeah. And that allowed Campbell Shane to be able to pitch in this game today. It hopped off of Damari Harris's glove, and she didn't have time to make the throw. It's an error at first.
It just came off the bat because she got jammed, and it had wicked spin to it. So Damari was already moving towards first base. Got to play the ball first and give yourself a better chance to be able to field your position before you move to first base.
And so Kennedy Fisher is going to come in and be the special pinch runner. She has a lot of speed. We've already seen her steal a base.
Remember, Coach Yang challenged this offense before this inning started. Like, hey, we're up by 3, but that's not enough. Let's score more.
Lauren Vanderpool to Harris, and that is out number 3. North Carolina still up by 3 runs here in the championship. Top of the 5th, North Carolina leads by 3. Little League would like to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors like Adidas and American Honda, who help to maintain the strength and leadership of the Little League program. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children. And you know, this space and this field are also donated and volunteered. Alpenrose has been family owned and operated since 1916, but they've been hosting Little League on their 3 diamonds for over 60 years at no cost to the leagues that use them, like the Little League Softball World Series. It's been so great, and in addition to baseball and softball, Alpenrose has also hosted hundreds of other events each year. It's a 52-acre working dairy farm here at Alpenrose, a very unique venue for the Little League Softball World Series.
I mean, it's the home of the Little League Softball World Series. And Michelle, you mentioned it earlier, but when you think of Little League Baseball World Series, you think of Williamsport. And when you think of the Softball World Series, you think of Alpenrose and this field and the history and the charm to it.
And the dairy and the ice cream.
Yep. I think of the ice cream. Are you going to get some? You're running out of time.
I don't think so this year.
Oh,
Marionberry cheesecake. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just going to say no. Did you have some?
Not yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen you eat any either.
I might grab it on the way out.
well, that's the first thing I did when I got here on Saturday.
Here's some ice cream.
That's Andy Jo Howard, who was the winning pitcher last year for the team from Wheelersburg, Ohio, representing Central. Her and her sister Faith have come back to Alpenrose to watch this year's championship. Haley Peterson safe.
And North Carolina has continued to play on a bit of a shift with Campbell in the circle. So Dextrace was playing up the middle of the field, had to move over towards her right to field this. And Haley Peterson is so fast, good athlete, getting down the line to be able to get an infield single when it matters most. Top of the 5th, down by 3. And that leadoff hitter on.
Bailey Nelson singled in the 3rd inning. Another athlete plays flag football, volleyball, and basketball in addition to softball.
Love it. Staying busy. Oh, there's that changeup that we talked about that Campbell Shane has. See, look at the smile. Dad likes to call it. Daughter doesn't always like to throw it. I think she needs to throw it more.
It's a good pitch for her.
It is a great pitch, yeah.
Haley Peterson going. Called safe.
Ooh. Looks like Peterson's foot goes into...
I don't know if she touches the bag.
Exactly, Dextrace's foot, and the tag comes down. I don't know. I wonder if they challenge this.
They will. Steve Yang has come out and told Renee Cruz, the home plate umpire, he wants to challenge this call.
You know, Michelle, I don't know if down by 3 runs
I wouldn't steal
late in this game if I would be stealing in this situation.
Yeah, unless it was a hit and run that was missed, but yeah. It's,
because this is what could happen, and every out is just so critical.
Yep.
When you're down by 3 runs with only 6 outs left. Heck of a throw, though, by Emma Ray Klein. And then 2 Dextrace just hanging in there, making that tag, knowing that Peterson's going to be sliding in hard.
You can challenge as many times as long as you keep getting the challenge correct. And once you have 2 unsuccessful challenges, you lose them. And it definitely looks like, yeah, she's blocked. She hit the foot instead of the base. Original call was that she was safe. Let's see what Renee Cruz says.
I love Emma Ray Klein. Has the biggest smile and was jumping up and down. That's a nice effort by Peterson going in hard. But North Carolina, great execution. Klein getting that ball down to Dextrace.
That's really big for North Carolina. The leadoff hitter gets on, but you're able to pick her off. And now it's a 2-2 count to Bailey Nelson.
It is clutch defense by this North Carolina team. You guys, in the 6 games that they had played coming into this game, they'd only committed 3 errors the entire tournament.
This North Carolina team, very schooled. You can see this, the discipline, defense, offense, pitching.
That hits Bailey Nelson.
It's a textbook of how to get hit by a pitch right there, Michelle.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 32, Kayla Giardina.
Now we go pitcher versus pitcher. Kayla Giardina had a single in the 1st, picked up an RBI in the 3rd. And
this is a part of the lineup that you want to be in if you're Louisiana, trying to mount this comeback. Bailey Nelson did a good job of just finding a way to get on base, passing the bat to Kayla Giardina and Ava Burkett, who's on deck. They've got a lot of pop in their bat and, you know, the ability to hit it out of the park, too. Something that we've seen 5 times in this tournament.
Which is saying a lot because the fences are deep here. They're at 209 down the lines.
Look at all the kids running for the foul balls. You get to keep one, so there's usually a sprint when one goes in the stands. Because it's a free souvenir. We've seen a lot of teams trading autographs on some softballs.
That's right.
Giardina with a hit. 2 on right now for Louisiana.
Louisiana having some quality at bats.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 29, Ava Burkett.
You're making Campbell work hard. That pitch count rising. She's at 96 pitches, approaching 100.
This is Ava Burkett. You saw there her favorite player is Kelly Barnhill. We may see these girls playing here, playing on the college stage someday. Look at little Kelly Barnhill swinging a bat.
That's awesome.
Tongue out and all, and Kelly likes the high ones?
Yeah.
Or is that one coming off her bat? I don't know.
Vanderpool gets the out at first. 2 in scoring position for Louisiana.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 17, Reagan Porsche.
It's going to be really important for Reagan Porsche in this at-bat to lay off the rise ball. 2 strikeouts that she's had against Campbell Shane, and both of them have been on a pitch that's up in the zone.
It hits Porsche to load them. 2 hit by pitches in this inning.
One of the first things that starts to disappear when you get tired as a pitcher is your control, and we're seeing that a little bit from Campbell Shane. Her outside pitches are really starting to bleed out into that left-handed batter's box. Right pitches into righties, pulling in.
It was big that Emma Ray Klein got the pick off at second. We might have seen a run come in. So Libby Duthu is going to come in and run at second base for Giardina.
Jamari Harris up to bat has such an interesting story. 3 years ago, she had scoliosis surgery. That's because her spine was shaped like an S. She has rods down her back. Her spine is fused. She grew 2 inches in the surgery from 5'7" to 5'9". She's now 5'11". It took 6 months to get back on the field.
They're glad she's back, and this is a big situation for her. 2 outs, bases loaded. Campbell Shane with a lot of emotion after that strikeout with the bases juiced.
Listen to me. We need 3 more outs, but I would feel much better if we had a couple more runs here. 2, 3, 4 hitter coming up. Let's get some more runs, all right? All right, let's go, Avril.
North Carolina doesn't want to let this one slip away. They won it in 2015 and lost in the championship in 2016 and 2017. Here they are in the bottom of the 5th, up 4-1, and a chance to add to it. With Campbell Shane starting off, came in hitting over 550.
Campbell Shane.
First pitch. Hops off of Burkett. The error gets Campbell Shane to second.
Well, Campbell Shane hits this ball hard the opposite way. Ava Burkett is going to try to make a nice play on it as she comes back up the middle. And look at the way in the outfield Bourgeois slips. It's starting to get a little bit cooler, so the grass is wet.
Southeast, number 10, Avril Harrell.
So Campbell Shane able to advance all the way to second base on a hard hit ball to shortstop.
Now Avril Harrell. She likes the first pitch and gets Shane to third.
It's productive out there by Harrell to advance Shane over to third base. Every run right now that you could push across is so critical to be able to extend the lead.
Now batting for Team Southeast, number 5, Riley Haggis.
Riley Haggis already had a 2 RBI double tonight. Runner on third. Quickly back at Giardina. Throws from a seated position.
Oh, wow.
I'll second that.
She is such a good fielding pitcher. She is in a position at all times when she releases her pitch to field the ball. And even the throw from her backside to first base.
And she even checks the runner to make sure the runner's not going. And then she scooches so that her shoulders are in the good position to throw. That's amazing.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
He saves a run for sure.
2 down now for Kinley Dextrays. The other half of Lex and Dex we were telling you about.
And Giardina is a pitcher too that gets a lot of balls hit right back at her, so she's ready. There's been 4 or 5 that have been hit at her, and she's just handled them all with ease.
Off the end of the bat. Out number 3. Last chance for Louisiana. It'll be up to the bottom of their lineup. Once again this year, we've got a special Sunday night baseball game for you this week. It's the MLB Little League Classic from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, between the Cubs and Pirates at historic Bowman Field. Our coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown on ESPN and the ESPN app. Last chance for Louisiana here in the championship game. They have left 8 on base. 5 of those were in scoring position. They've had opportunities.
Not been able to cash in.
Well, we always say one of the ways to win games is you got to turn those LOBs into RBIs. And
for Team Southwest, number 41.
It'll be up to the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to rally. It's fair. Ava Lusko trying to get 2. She will.
Ava Lusko has had some really good at-bats in this championship game. Comes up swinging early in the... Stays on it. Gets her barrel to that pitch. Drives it right down the line. Sneaks it right past Haggis, the first baseman. And then Harold, the right fielder, bobbles it a little bit. Slides on that wet grass. Turns it into a double.
So they're going to use a special pinch runner for Lusko.
For Team Southwest, number 38, Libby.
It'll be Libby Duthu.
Now batting for Team Southwest, number 7, Maddie Branch.
Maddie Branch up with no outs.
And in this game, Louisiana has actually out-hit North Carolina 7-3. North Carolina just being really productive whenever they've gotten runners on, taking advantage.
Branch struck out the last time up against Campbell Shane. One and two. That's number 9 for Campbell Shane. Well, to catch the excitement of the Little League World Series softball tournaments or to find a Little League softball program in your neighborhood, visit littleleaguesoftball.org. So many of these players told us they've dreamed about coming to Alpenrose and playing for a title. Only a handful get the chance to do it. Olivia Bourgeois. That should have rolled foul.
It really looked like it was close.
Well, it stayed on the line, and I'm surprised actually. As a first baseman, you want to go get that because you know it's fair. That's an easy out. Once it's completely off the white, then it would be considered a foul ball. You got to go get that as a defender.
I think they're going to challenge that play.
Ray Weindell out to talk to the home plate umpire. And they will challenge.
I don't think there's going to be enough evidence to
fair.
prove otherwise.
It
looked like it was right on the line.
You got to go get that. Now, if you don't think you can get the out, then you let it go foul. We see that a lot from third basemen.
It looks like it just rolls on the line.
Yeah.
It would be hard to overturn. The original call was that it was an out.
Well, and this is a good challenge. It's the last inning. You got to use it.
The call stands. 2 away.
For Team Southwest, number 18, Haley Peterson.
But that turns over the top of the lineup.
Here comes Haley Peterson. Couple of singles for her on the evening. North Carolina won it all in 2015, this same Rowan Little League. A second title would be so sweet. These girls watched that 2015 team. They told us they remember what it felt like. Now they're living it. A strike away. Dex Trace. Yes! North Carolina gets a second Little League Softball World Series title.
Congratulations, Team Southeast. You just won the 2019 Little League Softball World Series.
What a feeling it is.
Dex Trace at shortstop is going to come get this ball, throw on the run. That's the reason she's able to get out the speedy Peterson for the last out of the game.
Ellen Yang won it in 2015 with Rowan Little League, and now she can watch her little sister win. What a run it's been. This Rowan team, a powerhouse. Steve Yang, the manager, is down on the field with Chris.
Steve, what are the emotions like right now?
Oh, I'm so excited for these girls. These girls have worked so hard, overachieved all summer. Never in our wildest dreams will we think we'll be sitting here right now. I am so proud of the girls, all the support back home in Salisbury, North Carolina, the previous players that have been here and the future players that are coming up. This is all for them.
You've been in this position, you've won, but you've also lost in the championship game. What did you learn about those losses that got you to this point tonight?
Well, we learned the loss that we have, I think we were a little uptight. The one we won, we were very loose. And this team reminds me a lot of our 2015 team, where they didn't know any better. They're just out to have fun. They're cheering, and that's why they were so relaxed beginning of the game. That's why we got off to such a great start. So, amazing group of girls.
I'm going to ask you to... Coach Shane, I'm going to ask you, Steve, to take off your coach hat and put on your dad hat.
Yeah.
Your older daughter, Ellen, won here. What does it mean to do it with your younger one, Ashley?
You know what? It's not about me, but I'm so excited for Ashley that she got the experiences just like an older sister. But it hasn't sunk in yet for these girls, but this is just an amazing feeling for our team and everybody back home in the Southeast has been pulling for us. So just amazing, just amazing.
Go celebrate. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Such a sense of pride and community that Little League brings, and it was all throughout that interview, Michelle.
Yeah, just amazing effort by North Carolina, and hats off to Louisiana as well. Great summer for them as well.
A summer of softball comes to a close here with Salisbury, North Carolina, winning a second Little League Softball World Series title, 4-1 over Louisiana. What an outstanding performance at Alpenrose tonight for Campbell Shane and all of North Carolina. They get it done. They're going home as champions.